friends, I am awkwardly sitting on the floor because I don't want to hold up my vlog camera, but this is going to be my experience reading the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It didn't go well. I'll just put that out there. This will not have spoilers in it, so if you still are interested in reading it, if you're still interested in reading it after this vlog, you can. Will you want to? Maybe. But probably not. I am really excited to start the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm making sure I'm saying that right, because I keep wanting to say snakes and songbirds. I don't know why. But it's, oh, even without the dust jacket, it is beautiful. Oh, and I read all the other Hunger Games books again this year just so I could be pre-gamed and be ready. So Mockingjay was my least favorite of them. So that was the one I read most recently, obviously, because I read them in order. So hoping that I'll really enjoy this. I'm excited. I think part of what I didn't love about Mockingjay was that there wasn't like a Hunger Games. Like the game component is really interesting to me. So it seems like we're back in the swing of some games, which makes me sound like super bloodthirsty, but I just think it's interesting. So Mira and I are in the car. We are going to pick up our new bookshelf. The only problem is I don't think it's black. I think it's like espresso brown or something, and the rest of my shelves are, I think, black. But let me just tell you something about your girl that you may not know. She is cheap, and if she can get a 5-shelf bookshelf for $35, she's gonna do it. She's just gonna do it. She's not gonna spend a lot of money on stuff. She's gonna spend money on books. So that's what we're gonna do. My shelves don't look as beautiful as other people's shelves, but you know, we'll get there. One day we'll have a nice house, have a nice library. Till then, you do what you gotta do. You get your books at Goodwill, you get your particle board bookshelves. It's all good. What do you think, Mira? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? So there we go. That's the final. This is the new bookshelf here. And then we've got, oh, sorry for the giant mess. Then we've got one here as well. That's the TBR bookshelf. My husband's books are in this one here down at the bottom. And there we go. I was going to film the whole process, but it's like such a cramped space, and I just thought it would be easier to just do it myself. So sorry if you wanted to see it. I just didn't know that it would be very interesting. Hello, friends. Please forgive my beauteous appearance. We just got back from a walk with Mira. If you hear her drinking water, she did really good on her walk, so she's getting her hydration on. But yeah, so I have been reading the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes a little bit today. I'm on page 63, so not very far. But I'm a little worried because one of my favorite booktubers that is very like critical and thoughtful and intelligent in like all of her reviews, she just put up a review for this and gave it 2 stars. So we'll see what I'm about to jump into here. I'm wondering if I'm not going to be quite as critical because I don't really have any expectations. I'm just kind of excited to be back in the world. So that sounds bad to be like, I'm maybe not going to be reading as critically, so maybe I'll love it. Sounds really bad. But we'll see. I didn't click the actual review because I didn't want to be spoiled, so it's not going to like affect my rating of it because I have no idea what it was that she didn't like. But we'll see. It's a chunk of a book. It's like over 500 pages, which is kind of daunting to me. Like, even though there are books I like fly through and I probably could get through this really quickly, it's an easy read. Sometimes when you know they're kind of long, you like psych yourself out. So that's kind of where I am right now. So I will keep you updated as I read a little bit further. I have done 0 more reading of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. 0. However, I have been flying through The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda, and I think it's because I have the audiobook of this. I went upstairs to organize my closet before the work week begins on Tuesday, and I was able to just put the audiobook and go. So I'm really wishing I had the audiobook for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I don't. So I'm hoping tonight I can eat dinner, maybe get in the shower a little bit early, take care of this nonsense, and then maybe like get in bed early to read. The best laid plans, right?
Hello friends. So I am vlogging now on my like camera. We've gotten a camera recently, and my arm is already hurting from holding this up, so like, woo, do I need to exercise? But it has literally been a month since I started Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I just could not get into it. You guys saw it was a little bit of a struggle, but it just like wasn't happening. So I put myself on the waiting list at my library for the audiobook, and so I finally got that yesterday, and so I've been clipping along. So I'm finally 200 pages in, and I have to say, as much as I love the world and I love like being back in it now, the pacing is so frustrating. It's like something exciting will happen and then it'll get boring, and then like something exciting will happen and then it will get boring, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But we're finally, like I said, I'm about 200 pages in, and like we're hitting a time where things are getting exciting, but we're not even halfway through yet. So I'm worried that the pacing's gonna be inconsistent throughout, and that's a little bit worrisome to me. But the audiobook, I believe, is voiced by Prince Hans from Frozen, which is interesting. But yeah, I have to go ahead and stop. I hope I'm like in shot and it's not just like my mustache or something. I'm hoping that you guys can actually see me and that it's not too jiggly, because yo, my arm is like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go before my arm falls off. So if you have any pet owners watching, specifically dog owners, I want to draw your attention to something that I didn't know. This is a public service announcement from me to you. These rolls right here, I know they say that they're bags on the packaging. They're like legit, these are bags. When you tear them off, we have been using them as like sheets that we're just like picking the poop up with, and we're thinking this doesn't work very well. And then we see in the neighborhood trash can, other people have bags that they're just tying in knots. And I'm thinking, where are they buying these bags? These are bags. And I did not find that out until yesterday. And we've had our dog for like 3 months. So just know, if you have a dog, they're right on the label. These are bags. Alright friends, so it's been, I don't even know how long since I last updated about this, but I am just not loving Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and like, I'm just like super tempted to just DNF it. But like, there are certain things, sorry, this camera is heavy, and like, I need to find out a better way to vlog, because this is just, I'm so weak. But yeah, it's just, I feel like this video's dragging, and I feel like the book is dragging, and even like having the audiobook has like definitely helped me get through what I've gotten through. The character of Snow is not compelling enough. I know that we're not supposed to like him, and we know who he turns out to be, so I just don't care about him, to be quite honest with you. There's one character I care about, so I kind of want to read just to like see how that ties up. But like, other than that, I'm like, this video's dragging, the book is dragging, everything's dragging. What do I do? feel like I just should finish it. If I wasn't making this video, I probably wouldn't finish it. This is starting to feel like school. Okay, I'm just like awkwardly gonna crouch here because I don't want to hold the camera. But I'm just gonna call it. I think it's official. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a DNF for me. We're sitting on like almost a month and a half. And it's just not happening. I even had the audiobook and it still just wasn't happening for me. And every like review that I saw of somebody post, oh, here comes Eli and Mira from the vet. I'm vlogging, by the way. So just so you know, I mean, you can make noise, but I'm just talking. But like, bula bula bula. But every review that I saw, people were kind of saying the same thing. They were like, this was just, the pacing was just really painful to get through. And a lot of people powered through and said that they just didn't feel satisfied and kind of felt like powering through wasn't really worth it. We'll never be satisfied. Hi, Mira. You gonna be in the video? You gonna be in the video? Oh, she burped right in my face. She literally climbed up, licked me, burped in my face. It's all right. So let's see how many pages I made it into this. 370. So I made it to page 370, and it's just, to me, the pacing was inconsistent. There would be like one exciting thing that would happen, and then it would just be big things I don't care about. This next thing I'm going to say is not a spoiler for this book, but it I feel like is a spoiler for Hunger Games. Snow is alive in the Hunger Games, right? So you know he makes it out of this. So I'm not super invested in what's happening with him because I know he's fine. I also don't love him, so I don't really care what's happening to him. Like, I'd almost be wishing bad things were happening to him, which I guess they kind of are, maybe. And I'm sure I've seen some spoilers of what people say like happens, but I don't care enough either way. And so unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna call it, it's just gonna be a DNF for me. What a like wah-wah way to end this vlog. Like, you just essentially watched me not finish a book. But I am really disappointed in it. You know, I was really, really excited. I'd been waiting, you know, for the whole beginning part of the year for this. But I think I'm not as disappointed as I am in something like The Silent Patient, where this, when it came out, I didn't have super high hopes for it because of what other people were saying. Not that I let that affect the way I felt. It's like when I felt that it wasn't going well, I went to look up if other people felt the same way I did, and it seems pretty consistent that the pacing is just kind of all over the place in this one. Because yeah, now I'm at a part where I'm bored. I'm just bored. None of the characters are compelling enough. And one thing I found that was tricky as well is that because you're following the mentors of the Hunger Games, you have to keep track of them as well as the tributes. So there's so many people with very similar / hard to follow names that it was kind of challenging to keep track of so many people that I didn't care about, if that makes sense. So yeah. But anyway, I'm less upset by this than something like The Silent Patient, where everybody told me I would love it. At least with this one, I knew that it might turn out a little bit on the sad side for me, but it's just gonna go up on the shelf next to the Hunger Games. But unfortunately, I just couldn't do it, y'all. I got plenty of other great
murder mysteries I'm reading right now that there's just more stuff going on in those. I just feel bad. See, even Mira feels bad. She's whining.